Awesome. So, Levi, we're basically near enough now in fight week.
Yeah,
What's the feeling going into this? I mean, realistically, I've seen you now fight for quite a few years. I've got to watch a lot of your amateur career. You're 2 years now, basically, into your pro career. Does it feel just nuts to think, right, I'm about to fight on one of the biggest PFL cards of the year?
yeah, definitely. I've known you for quite a while now, and we've gone through all the sort of Cage Warriors Academy shows, the Ebervale shows, that are just on the doorstep. And now I'm having the opportunity to sort of go around the world and compete on some of these big cards against some of these, big names. And it is surreal, but like I said, for the last fight, I knew that I belonged there. My last fight was the one to prove it, and now I look to just keeping the momentum there and just keep winning.
And I mean, I think it's something I've mentioned a few times in the past. You're very fortunately being able to travel to all these cool places, Dubai, Thailand, all these cool places, and you're training around guys who are some of like the greatest of all time. Like you've been to these like John Jones seminars, Jordan, and you're training with the guys who are competing at the top, even right now. Like when you're at these shows and you're walking past Chris Cyborg, for example, it's going to be this week, Hayden Ferreira, some really big names that guys in MMA would dream to be on the same card as. Does the imposter syndrome kick in, or are you just kind of accustomed to it now? Because you have been around some of the best in the game.
Yeah, exactly like you said. Like I've been there and I've sort of met the who's who of MMA to a certain point. I'm not the type of person to really be starstruck. Of course, I can appreciate the work and the things people have achieved in the sport, but it's not something that's going to sort of take over the occasion for me. I've got a job to do when I get there, and as soon as the job's done, I can sort of take it all in. Of course, I'll be taking it in on the night as well. It's all experience and it's all memories as well. But no, I've got a job to do, and that'll be my main focus.
Well, let's talk about that job. Obviously, you're coming in against a guy he's going to get a pop from the fans. You're fighting another guy, basically in enemy territory. He's quite early in his pro career. The bits I've watched of him, the sense I've got from it is he's coming in ready to like swang and bang. He wants to come in, he wants to be in for a war. You want to go in there and take his head off, essentially. It's kind of he's looking for a fight of the night. I'm hearing from you, you kind of want a performance of the night. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Looking at his first professional fight, obviously he's 1-0. Almost 12 months ago that he had that fight. Believe it or not, he is actually a judoka lad. But he stands up bangs with the first one, and his opponent was actually a Muay Thai guy as well. So, you know, impressively, he's managed to do what he did. He's a long rangey fighter. He's scrappy, but honestly, there's levels, and I'm going to show him that. Like he's talked a little bit of smack in his interviews with the PFL, and was saying that like he's fought better opponents and he's trained with better opponents. But trust me, my mates are harder than yours, and I will show you that on the night.
And for all the PFL fans who got to see you in your debut, and it ended in the best possible way. What's going to be different about this fight? Because it's been a few months, and you've had a lot of time to prepare. You've had done big training camp. You've been able to travel out again. What's going to be different this time?
There's not a lot that's ever different, really. Like my preparations have always been the same through amateur into my professional career. But the only difference is now like I've got that unknown off my chest of being on the big stage, being in a big arena, being the away fighter. Now I know exactly what's coming for me, and now I'm just ready to perform, not let the occasion take over me, and just be the absolute best of my ability that I can be on that night. So I'll be looking to go 4-0, and I'll be looking to finish him in a big way.
And obviously, also going down on the night is obviously Brett's going to be traveling to Spain, hoping to potentially finish off his career in the best way. I don't know if it's like if he's officially announced it's going to be his like last fight. I don't know. I won't, don't even necessarily have to speak about that. But has it been really cool just being able to train with one of these guys you've been able to look up to and train with for a fight that's going to mean so much to him and the rest of your team?
Definitely, not even just for this fight. Like I've been absolutely honored to be able to sort of meet Brett a few years back, and him come up to be one of my main training partners for the past few years. And it's inspiring, like you said. He's been there, and he's been at the top of the UFC. He's been to the Bellator. He's been to the PFL. Now he's going to WoW and he's looking to take another belt. And just follow his journey because I was watching a bit of him before he even came up to train with us. He was coming up and helping Tank a lot. Um, but yeah, just to be in there with somebody like him and to call him a friend as well is another another big inspiration. To just if this is his last dance, then I think he can look back and think that he's achieved way more than anybody can even dream of. So I hope it's not, but if it is, I think he can look back on an incredible career.
And obviously, with both of you fighting on the same night, out of interest, who are you going to have in your corner on Saturday?
So with me, it's going to be Shaky, my head coach, Kruheem, my Thai coach, and my dad will be in the corner. And then going with Brett, we've got a Tank, we've got Carl Parker, and I think Scott Pedersen might be going as well.
Awesome. And then obviously now we're coming towards the end of the year now. I mean, you can finish the year 2-0 in one of the, well, arguably the biggest one of the biggest promotions in the world. Sets you up amazingly for 2026 if you do come away with a big win on Saturday. How are you envisioning the next year coming? Is it just going to be get another good couple fights in, keep moving, progressing, or are you actually thinking, right, there's a real chance to, come in, make a statement, potentially even get a title shot in the 2026, 2027? Like, have you had any conversations with Dan Hardy, how that would work?
Well, we'll see what happens. I've got, like I said, I've got a task at hand first. I want to get that out the way. But I think if I can get an impressive win, the PFL are going to be looking to keep me around. They've already announced their first four cards, which starting off with Dubai, they've got Madrid and two American cards. But obviously they announced that they're sacking off the tournaments and stuff like that. So obviously that's something that's going to be new rolling into next year. They've got to sort of figure out all the logistics of that, and I'll just be waiting, ready for whenever they want to see me next. But hopefully, a quick win, no damage, and you can see me very soon.
Love that. And I'm just out of interest because I'm not actually entirely certain how it works myself. So obviously there's PFL and there's PFL Europe. I believe you're signed with PFL Europe. How does it
Yeah.
actually, do you know how it, like, how would you say it works? Because obviously for people who don't know like myself, is it a case of you're signed with the PFL Europe, but you can still fight on a PFL card, such as this week? How does that work?
Yeah. So the way it works is you're signed to PFL Europe, right? So they put on the European cards, and you're sort of meant to be on those cards. But if the PFL like you enough, and you're in a position to sort of be ready and just say, look, I can take this fight. They've had pullouts. Potential is you could go to America, you could go to Dubai. Um, they've got all these other promotions as well, like Africa and MENA, which are staying. They're still doing their normal formats, but Europe and America are going to be mixing, and it's quite exciting as well, just to sort of see how that plays out. So yeah, be looking to climb the ranks there.
And obviously when I think it was after the pro debut, you mentioned you were looking at a few options. You thought about cage rise, you kind of put a play out there. How did you end up in PFL? Because I don't think we've been able to speak since then. Like how did the PFL deal come about?
So like I was preparing for a fight ever since the start of the new year, and just nothing sort of came into fruition. I wasn't able to get a fight on a solid promotion or a fight that made sense, and I took a few fights, and then it was getting pullouts and nothing that I wasn't used to. But I kind of just stayed ready, and the opportunity found me. And Shaky rang me one day, like I think it was like 4 or 5 weeks out from the fight, and was like, "We've got this lad. Do you want to take the fight?" And I was like, 100%. I want to take the fight. I'm ready. Look, just give me the chance. It was a big risk probably, but obviously it's paid off in tenfold. So yeah, I'm just looking to do the same again now, and I would love to stay with the PFL if they'll have me, but yeah, I just need to keep winning and impressing as well.
Of that. And then just finally, don't want to give too much of your time. Obviously, this weekend, it's your fourth professional fight. What is the final prediction?
Um, Well, like you said, he's going to come out strong. He's going to want a big finish, but I'm just going to stick one on his chin, and I'm going to show him that I'm the man. So I think I'll knock him out in the second round.
Love that. Well, I can't wait. I'm going to be. Is it a late one? It'll be in France. So it probably will be you good for UK time,
So
won't it?
I'm first fight on, so I'll
Yeah,
be on exactly 4 p.m. UK time.
love that. That's great. Dream. Well, I can't wait to watch it, mate. Thank you. Appreciate you just jumping on a call this morning. Hope the grading
Right,
goes
it's all
well
good.
later as well.
Thank you very much, mate.